Eyes. Correspondent Stephen Portnoy.
Bob Woodward's new book casts the Trump White House as crazy town. At least that's how Chief of Staff John Kelly is said to describe it. Kelly is also said to have called the president an idiot, but he denies that. Defense Secretary James Mattis is depicted comparing the president's knowledge of global affairs to a grade schooler's.
The book published by Simon & Schuster, a division of CBS. A political upset in Massachusetts. Ayanna Pressley poised to become the state's first black Democratic member of Congress after beating 20-year incumbent Michael Capuano.
With our rights under assault, with our freedoms under siege, that it's not just good enough to see the Democrats back in power, but it matters who those Democrats are.
There is no Republican running for that seat. A day after protesters interrupted the start of hearings, the confirmation process resumes in the Senate for Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. CBS's Steve Dorsey.
Democrats want to know about his record on workers' rights, net neutrality, and presidential power. Republicans want to show he's an impartial jurist who appeals even to moderates.
Lots of kids walking around campus high these days.
About 1 in 5 college students is using marijuana on a consistent basis at least once a month.
Researcher John Schulenberg. S&P futures down 7. This is CBS News.
You have enough things to worry about every day. Insurance shouldn't be one of them. You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Pay off credit card debt with a personal loan from Marcus by Goldman Sachs. Life can add up quickly, like when your youngest needed braces the same week as your oldest tuition was due. And then you got hit with a vet bill for the real baby of the family. Debt happens. It's how you get out that counts. Get a personal loan from Marcus by Goldman Sachs. Fixed interest rates, monthly payment options, and no fees, ever. Learn more at Marcus.com.
Curb appeal. You know it when you see it. And with the Home Depot, you can absolutely get it. Boost your curb appeal with the best brands at the best prices. From new garage doors to colorful flowers. From exterior lights to a new coat of paint. From inspiration to installation. You can get everything you need to boost your curb appeal on a budget. Like select special order windows and doors. Now 15% off. The Home Depot. More saving. More doing. Offer valid through September 12th. U.S. only. See store for details.
The former Cosby Show actor, now working at a grocery store chain, has gotten a job offer from a Hollywood bigwig. CBS's Wendy Gillette has the update.
Jeffrey Owens said on ABC's Good Morning America he's grateful for the support he's received since photos of him working at a New Jersey Trader Joe's surfaced. He said the unwanted attention led him to quit the job, though he championed its merits. But now he might have a new position. Tyler Perry tweeted he wants Owens to join him on his TV show, The Haves and Have-Nots.
Owens tells Entertainment Tonight it's a generous offer. We'll see what happens. Fresh back from maternity leave, New Zealand's Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern is being criticized on social media for adjusting her schedule to breastfeed her daughter. Ardern made arrangements to fly on a different flight than her deputy to a summit in the Pacific Islands today so she could meet little Nevi's needs. The New Zealand Herald says the alternate travel plans will cost about $50,000 in fuel. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
Can you remember the last time you had a great night's sleep? How you felt the next morning? More energized, more alive. Feel the difference of deeper sleep daily with the new Tomorrow mattress. Designed by the world's leading sleep experts at Serta Simmons Bedding and delivered right to your door. Try the Tomorrow mattress for 365 nights risk-free at tomorrowsleep.com. Use promo code AWAKE4 for $125 off. tomorrowsleep.com.
Let's think about customization presented by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Liberty Mutual customizes your auto insurance so you only pay for what you need. So why aren't more things in life customizable? Why should I pay the same amount for a compact parking space as I do for a regular space, right? What kind of lot doesn't reward me for selflessly buying a smaller car to provide more parking room for others?
Go to libertymutual.com for a customized quote and you could save.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Coverage is underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Equal housing insurer.
You may already know about the EPB's Roundup program, where you can round your electric bill up to the nearest dollar, and that money goes to community relief to help those who are less fortunate pay their electric bill. You can now increase the charitable amount you add to your EPB bill to any amount you choose, $1, $2, $5, $10, or even more. Say your electric bill is $94.14 and you want to round it up by $5. Your bill would actually be $100. To make your change to your EPB bill, contact the Glasgow EPB.
At U.S. Bank, just picture what you can do with a low home equity rate. Cook up a new kitchen, say ID to the perfect wedding. If you can picture it, you can do it with a U.S. Bank home equity line of credit. Apply today at your local U.S. Bank. Visit usbank.com. Go ahead, bring your dreams to life. You've got the strength of U.S. Bank behind you. All of us serving you. U.S. Bank member FDIC, equal housing lender.
You know you can depend on WCLU for local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
Good morning, 7 minutes after 6 o'clock and 73 degrees as our feet hit the floor this morning, getting ready to enjoy a nice day here in South Central Kentucky as we have Wednesday. Yes, we got to keep practicing here that we're a day ahead, I guess, from the standpoint of having been off on Monday. A lot of folks did, but let's see how the weather forecast is shaping up today. Ray Stajic is looking at the effects that Tropical Storm Gordon may have on us.
Cold front to our west will head on off toward the east, and I guess you could make a case for this front hanging out and us getting some moisture from what is now Gordon pulled in here over the next 3 to 5 days. Certainly some spots could see some decent rainfall. So I'd prepare for some rain this afternoon, although we're clear this morning. Showers, thunderstorms coming in. They'll be scattered around. I don't think rain for everyone. 88. Cloudy tonight and a break, 70 degrees. Tomorrow morning, some isolated thunderstorms. In the afternoon, another break, partly cloudy and 89. Then tomorrow night, we'll get another round of showers and thunderstorms. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast on Friday. Highs will be in the upper 80s. And over the upcoming weekend, more scattered showers and thunderstorms as the front kind of wants to hang around for a little bit with highs in the low to mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Looking at the constant coverage and studio radar screen this morning, Ray, we're seeing no precip here in South Central Kentucky. But if we do go to northern Alabama, we can see some shower activity there off of Tropical Storm Gordon coming into the picture. It's all light rain right now, but a little thunderstorm there just to the north of Birmingham. So that is in the neighborhood, and the reason for it is easily, I guess, explained. The humidity this morning is at, let's see, 92%. The winds are out of the southwest at about 3 miles an hour, and 3016 is the pressure. 73 degrees. Let's go to round one for local news. In the newsroom this morning, it's News Director Wes Royce. Good morning, Wes.
Good morning, Dad. How are you?
I'm doing good, real good. Just looking forward to having a nice day together with all the folks out there needing the information, and we'll just have a good chat today.
Let's get to it. For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce reporting. Yesterday morning around 8:45 a.m., the Barron County Sheriff's Office responded to 223 Buck Creek Road at an Amish residence in reference to an accidental shooting. After arriving, it was determined that a 2-year-old child was shot by a juvenile sibling by accident while the sibling was handling a loaded rifle. The children had been sent upstairs to get some items for their parents prior to the incident taking place. The 2-year-old was pronounced dead at the scene. On Friday, the Glasgow Police Department responded to Walmart in reference to a shoplifting complaint. Officer Dewberry made contact with Janet Dobson and located hydrocodone concealed inside a box inside her purse. Janet Dobson, age 61, of Glasgow, was arrested and charged with theft by unlawful taking or disposition, shoplifting under $500, possession of a controlled substance, first degree, first offense, drug unspecified. The arrest was made by Officer Joshua Dewberry. On Saturday, the Glasgow Police Department conducted a traffic stop on South Lewis Street for a vehicle that failed to use a turn signal. Officer Hicks made contact with the driver, identified as Michael Hall, and confirmed that his operator license was suspended. Officer Hicks also detected a strong odor of alcohol coming from his person, bloodshot eyes, and slurred speech. Michael Hall, age 59, of Glasgow, was arrested and charged with failure to or improper signal, operating a motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs, fourth offense or greater, driving on DUI suspended license, first offense, and failure to produce an insurance card. That arrest was made by Officer Wesley Hicks. More local news when we continue here on WCLU.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50 plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
Investing in securities involves risks.
And in more local news at this hour, Saturday, approximately 3:50 in the afternoon, Trooper Ricky Cross with Kentucky State Police responded to the intersection of Granville-Sexton Road and East Fork Road in reference to a subject in a red Chevrolet Cobalt blocking the roadway. Upon arrival, Trooper Cross observed the red Cobalt parked halfway in the road. 28-year-old Justin Harper of Edmonton was passed out in the driver's seat, with the keys still in the ignition. Trooper Cross observed a marijuana grinder in the subject's lap. The subject then woke up and tried to hide the grinder. Consent to search the vehicle was given, resulting in a small amount of marijuana, a white powdered substance believed to be cocaine, and a straw. Following field sobriety test administered by Trooper Cross, Harper was arrested and charged with possession of a controlled substance, first-degree first offense cocaine, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, and DUI second aggravating circumstances, driving on a suspended license first offense, aggravating circumstances, failure of owner to maintain required insurance first offense, no operator's license, and no registration plates. Harper was lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. Kentucky State Police Post 15 will be conducting safety traffic checkpoints in Post 15 area, which includes Washington, Marion, Tyler, Greene, Casey, Russell, Adair, Metcalfe, Monroe, Clinton, and Cumberland counties. Troopers will be checking impaired drivers, children that are not properly restrained in safety child seats, and informing the public about the use of seat belts. These safety checkpoints will be conducted in various locations through the Post 15 area that are experiencing a high ratio of vehicular crashes, resulting in injury and or death compared to relatively low safety restraint usage ratio. Coming up next, we have the Trojan Report. For WCLU Local News, I'm Wes Royce. Here is Barron County High School student Katie Martin.
I'm Katie Martin with this week's Trojan Report. Fall sports shirts are now on sale. They are $15 for a long sleeve shirt and $10 for a short sleeve. Order forms are available in the front office. Academic team will practice in the library on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursdays until 4:30. Students planning to join Beta should see a sponsor to pay the $30 club dues. The deadline to join is Friday, September 14th. You do not have to receive an invitation to join. To celebrate Homecoming Week, there will be a door decorating contest for WIN groups. To compete, these must be completed by next Tuesday. The theme will be Grill the Gators, and there is a prize for the winning door. The brand new BCHS Travel Club is now accepting members. All students interested in joining can pay their $5 enrollment fee to Mrs. Dyer or Mrs. Esters. The deadline to join is Friday, September 28th. If students who appreciate local history want to be a part of a unique volunteer experience involving the local cultural center and their upcoming Harvest of History, please see Mr. Steenbergen in room 12. Any student grades 9 through 12 interested in playing tennis need to see Coach Rickard this week. Her office is located across from the cafeteria. And on the sports calendar for this week, on Thursday, the boys' soccer team is at LaRue County. The volleyball team hosts Glasgow, and the girl and boys cross-country teams have a home meet. On Friday, the Trojan football team hosts Monroe County. The girls' soccer team takes on South Oldham at Elizabethtown Invitational. On Saturday, the volleyball team is at Western Hills, the boys' soccer team is at Clinton County, the girls' golf team participates in the Bowling Green Invitational, the girls' soccer team plays Hendersonville, Tennessee Hyde at 11 a.m. and then at 5 p.m. against Gatlinburg Pittman at the Elizabethtown Invitational. Next Monday, the JV football team hosts Hart County, the volleyball team is at Cumberland County, the boys' soccer team hosts Grayson County, the boys' golf team participates in the district tournament at Monroe County. And next Tuesday, the volleyball team is at Hart County, the boys' soccer teams are at Glasgow, and the boys' golf team hosts Monroe County. For a daily report on what's happening at BCHS, tune into our student radio broadcasts each day around 7:30 a.m. and 3 p.m. on our high school radio station, Trojan Radio 88.7 FM, and online at barronschools.com. That's this week's Trojan Report from Barron County High, where opportunity creates success. We are BC.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Barron County authorities are investigating an accidental shooting. A 2-year-old was shot and killed by a juvenile sibling around 8:45 Tuesday morning. According to police, the children had been upstairs to get some items for a parent prior to the shooting. The Republican Party of Kentucky has filed an ethics complaint against Democratic Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes. Trey Watson, chair of the RPK, tells WLKY Grimes is accused of improperly accessing the state's voter registration database.
It's incredibly important that we maintain the security over it, who has access to it, who has access to edit, who has access to view some things.
Grimes said she needs the access to do her job as the state's chief election officer. She called previous complaints against her politically motivated. A healthcare executive is Kentucky's new Medicaid commissioner. Health and Family Services Cabinet Secretary Adam Meyer announced Tuesday that Carol H. Steckel is the state's new commissioner for the Department of Medicaid Services. Steckel has led WellCare Health Plan's development of Medicaid policy for the past 5 years. Steckel is replacing Jill Hunter, who is becoming the senior deputy commissioner. A Western Kentucky high school is honored for its bravery during a school shooting.
The students at Marshall County High School are the recipients of the 2018 9/11 Hero Award. The award honors those who have shown bravery during an emergency. The Marshall County E911 director nominated the student body for their strength following this year's school shooting. Back in January, a 15-year-old boy opened fire inside the school, murdering 2 teenagers and injuring more than a dozen others. I'm Haley Hansen.
Marshall County's 911 dispatch team also received an award. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
Local news time for WCLU is 6:20, and we have 73 degrees this morning. In area funeral announcements this hour, Ira Haskell Hack Bertram, age 91, of Glasgow, died Monday at Glenview Healthcare Facility. Hack was a member of the First Christian Church of Glasgow and was a retired salesman. He served in the U.S. Army from 1945 to 1947. He was a member of the Green River Archaeological Society, having served as the first vice president for many years. He was a former volunteer at the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center, led many tours through the museum. He especially enjoyed speaking with the various school groups and sharing his love of the history of Glasgow and Barron County, along with his military experiences. He is survived by his wife, Lillian Depp Bertram, one son, Sean Bertram, and wife Janice, two grandsons, Justin Bertram and wife Lauren, and Lucas Bertram. He is also survived by nephews, Mike Bush and wife Karen, and Alan Cox and wife Nicole Nee Cox, and nieces, Sue Muse and husband Joe, Kay Bush, Leslie Cagle and husband Todd, and Sherilyn Cox, along with several great-nephews and great-nieces. Funeral services for Ira Haskell Hack Bertram will be at 2 o'clock on Thursday afternoon at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation from 4 until 7 this afternoon, and that will continue on Thursday morning at the funeral home. Alternate expressions of sympathy may take the form of contributions to the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center. Elizabeth C. Libby Reynolds, age 91, of Dallas, Texas, formerly of Oakland, died Sunday at her residence. The Warren County native began her career as an elementary school teacher. Later, she was called to work at the First Baptist Church in Dallas, and she became the director of the children's department, and she served in that role for over 40 years. Never marrying, the church was her deepest love. Through the devotion, she encouraged and counseled thousands of young people. She switched to director of special needs near age 70. Libby was a beautiful person physically and spiritually, and she's loved and will be missed by her family and friends. Survivors include her friend and caregiver, Umar Yazani, one nephew, Jake Reynolds, one niece, Terry Boris, brother-in-law, Edward Williams. Funeral services for Elizabeth C. Libby Reynolds will be at 11 o'clock Saturday at the Oakland Baptist Church, burial in the Smiths Grove Cemetery. Arrangements by the Hardy and Son Smiths Grove Chapel. Juanita Barden, age 94, of Glasgow, passed away Sunday at Greenwood Nursing Home and Rehab Center in Bowling Green. Juanita attended Cave City High School and Western Kentucky University. She retired from Atmos Energy after many years of service. She was a devoted member of the Glasgow Baptist Church and served faithfully in many capacities there. She had a particular love for the babies in the nursery, and the love she gave was reciprocated by many little ones. She served many years as the local chairman of the March of Dimes. She was the secretary-treasurer for the Southern Kentucky Genealogical Society, and she had a passion for family history. She is survived by her nieces, Linda and Sherry, her brother, Robert Moss Barden, and wife, June, and their children, Sandy, Bobby, Michael, and Gail. Also surviving are her dear cousins, Clark and Eric Gosley. Funeral services for Juanita Barden will be this afternoon at 1:30 at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Cave City Cemetery. Visitation begins this morning at 11 o'clock. Donations to the St. Jude's Children's Hospital will be appreciated. Funeral services for Brenda Gallup Hall, age 64, of Burkesville, will be today at 2 o'clock at Yoakley Tribble Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Old Mount Hermon Cemetery. Funeral services for Lida Louise Jones Smith, age 75, of Bowling Green, formerly of Cumberland County, will be today at 11 o'clock at the Burkesville First United Methodist Church. The Norris New Funeral Home is in charge of the arrangements. Funeral services for David Howard Harvey, age 59, of Temple Hill, will be at 11 o'clock this morning at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial is to be in the Poplar Log Cemetery. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Thoughts about safety from A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. A beautiful custom in our community is drivers paying respect to the departed and their families by pulling to the shoulder of the road when meeting a funeral procession. It shows reverence, respect, and even love for those suffering a loss. As meaningful as this is, your safety should always come before paying respects. The beautiful hills and winding roads that lead to many rural cemeteries can be a threat to public safety when drivers pull off the road near curves, hilltops, bridges, and other natural elements of our roads. For the sake of those sharing the road, including those in the procession, we urge you to use extreme caution where visibility is limited. Make the safe decision when encountering an oncoming funeral procession. Kentucky law doesn't require drivers to pull over. It's a tradition that should be governed by safety first. A message from A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home of Glasgow.
627, 73 degrees at WCLU. Good morning, everybody. Let's turn to local sports. Registration is going on through tomorrow for the Barron County Family YMCA Lifeguard Training Course. Classes meet on Monday and Thursday from 5 until 9, beginning September the 10th. If you want information on that, here's the number at the Y, 6519622. Youth and Family Field Day to be held on Saturday, September the 8th from 8 until 3 at the Barron River Rod and Gun Club. The first 200 to arrive from 8 till 10 will receive free breakfast. Youth events are free and at a low cost for adult events. Event times are posted on the website at barronriverrodandgun.com. Call Joe or Tom Fox, 270-404-6494 if you have questions about that. And the Barron County High School cheerleaders are hosting Trojan Fest 2018 on Saturday, September the 15th at 4 p.m. at Barron County High School. It's a spaghetti dinner provided by the Olive Garden for $5. Children's activities, games, and inflatables, and both a silent auction and a live auction. Live music to be on showcase as well. The auction starts at 6. Vendors will set up throughout, and this is a fundraiser for the Barron County High School cheerleaders to go to their national competition. Auctions will include Chris Stapleton concert tickets and Dollywood tickets. And that's a check of local sports.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
73 degrees, 6:30 on WCLU. Let's check the weather on behalf of Key 1 Hour Cleaners on the Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. Looks like Tropical Storm Gordon will have some effect on us. Not today, but maybe a couple of days toward the weekend we'll have some activity here. Let's check in with Ray Stajic and see how he puts it in perspective.
We're clear this morning. Showers, thunderstorms coming in. They'll be scattered around. I don't think rain for everyone. 88. Cloudy tonight and a break. 70 degrees. Tomorrow morning, some isolated thunderstorms. In the afternoon, another break, partly cloudy and 89. Then tomorrow night, we'll get another round of showers and thunderstorms. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast on Friday. Highs will be in the upper 80s. And over the upcoming weekend, more scattered showers and thunderstorms as the front kind of wants to hang around for a little bit with highs in the low to mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Those fronts hanging around can amount to some pretty good rainfall. Looking at the radar screen right now, we are showing clear skies here in south central Kentucky, but down in northern Alabama, we're starting to see some shower activity make its way south to north up near the Huntsville, Alabama area, but pretty much the heaviest rain shower activities in Mississippi. If you're driving south, you will run into it, and looks like it'll be tricky at times. We've had no precip in the past 24 hours here at our studios. Our winds are out of the southeast at 3 miles an hour. Pressure's still up there at 30.16, and humidity at 92%, 73 degrees.
How would you like to work for a business here in Glasgow that's well established in decades of customer satisfaction? Well, now you have the opportunity. Key Dry Cleaners at 401 Happy Valley Road in Glasgow now has an opening for a shirt presser. If this is something that interests you, you need to apply in person. That's Key Dry Cleaners at 401 Happy Valley Road. This is a great opportunity to work for a well-established business right here in Glasgow. Apply in person for the shirt presser position at 401 Happy Valley Road, Key Dry Cleaners.
6:32 WCLU coming up today. The Daughters of the American Revolution are meeting at 1 o'clock down at Lyra B. Mitchell Clubhouse. Glasgow attorney Brian Pack's going to be the guest speaker. He'll be speaking on the Kentucky Supreme Court. Should be very interesting, and visitors are welcome. Let's jump into the birthdays. Ralphie's Fun Center says, regardless of the size of your group, regardless of the age of your honoree, whatever you need to celebrate a birthday, Ralphie's Fun Center can make it fun.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
Well, here we go. Let me tell you about the very first birthday today of Grayson Fletcher. Happy number 1. Beverly Harbison has a birthday. Esther Shirley. Esther, by the way, is turning 76 today. It's Tiffany Hall's birthday. Happy birthday to Shelley Norris. Charlene Froge. Mary Bridges Jones. Brianna Childress celebrates. So does Velma Childers. Velma is 81 today. It's the big 65 for Mr. David Pulliam today. Tim Vibbert has a birthday. Brandon Hoskins. Brandon, we understand, is 26. Miss Serenity Jones turning 9 today. We have anniversary couples including Gary and Sheila Foster today. Toby and Chastity Wyatt have an anniversary. And we have James Alton and Ruthine Hawks, who celebrated yesterday. But we need to get that on today to make that up. So that's where we are at this point, but lots of room, lots of time. 651-9149, 800-956-1023 online. Here we are, WCLUradio.com. 73 degrees. I think up next, we're going to pack it back in the archives.
Hey, Coach J. Hart, how about we play a little old school trivia?
All right, Stuxoni, I'm a trivia guy, and old school is just my style.
Who has the freshest salads in town?
Easy. That would be the Old School Cafe.
Right. But who has the sweetest donuts?
Again, it has to be the Old School Cafe.
Man, you're on a roll. Speaking of rolls, how about the freshest, biggest, best cinnamon rolls?
No brainer again, Stuxoni. It's the Old School Cafe. Folks, if you want the freshest salads, the sweetest donuts, and the biggest and best cinnamon rolls this side of anywhere, then make it the Old School Cafe.
The Old School Cafe is operated by Metcalfe County High School students. Is located in the old Metcalfe County High School cafeteria on West Stockton Street in Edmonton. And hey, there's nothing trivial about that.
The Old School Cafe is open for breakfast 6 to 10 a.m. Monday through Friday, 7 to 10 on Saturdays, open for lunch 11 to 1 Monday through Friday. Come visit us at the Old School Cafe.
Hey everybody, this is Earn Dog. I want to remind you all about the easiest way to remember where to find your next home or business. Just go to GlasgowKYHomes.com. That's where you'll find the complete listing of property available from Glasgow's Realty and Auction. Randy Gibbons, principal broker, is a personal friend, and I can assure you that he and Tara Vincent will treat you right. Located on the square in Glasgow, that's Glasgow Realty and Auction. Call 651-SOLD, and remember, GlasgowKYHomes.com.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
37 WCLU on the air with the archives. We get on board that train, it goes down memory lane, we learn about our pasts, and explains a lot. Solves a few mysteries, if you will. And we have the very knowledgeable Mr. Sam Terry, who is going to join us to go back through the decades and talk about some of the history that got us here. And you'll be surprised how much you can relate to. Just listen carefully after this word from our sponsor, Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto, no problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
All right, Sam Terry, you doing all right today, sir?
Doing very well. How are you today, Henry?
I'm doing excellent, sir. I'm just enjoying being here today, and it's Wednesday already. We've got lots of news in the archives to talk about, but we're going to take a quick step into the future here because we want folks to get those calendars marked for September 21st and September the 22nd, the Harvest of History, once again presented by the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center. And tours begin from the Cultural Center at 6 p.m. Each of those evenings. And tickets are on sale at the Cultural Center right now. Go ahead and get yours. That way, you know, you just won't have to worry about it. And it's really interesting. The bill of fare for this year is just... It improves every year. This year, one of the folks that folks are going to get to meet is Mr. Forrest Ellis Rice, Sam. Mr. Ellis Rice was born in 1917. He died in 1977. He owned an appliance business in Glasgow, and he built the airplane that is located in the lobby of the Museum of the Barons. That is a conversation piece for sure. And this, to me, is one of the neat parts of this, is that the part of Mr. Ellis Rice is going to be portrayed by his son, Mr. Chappie Rice. That's going to be neat, you know.
Who better to portray Mr. Rice than Chappie? And Mr. Rice was a interesting fellow and certainly contributed a lot to our community, as did his entire family.
Yes. Well, now, and Chappie is a lot. I knew Mr. Ellis Rice, and Chappie's a lot like his daddy. In other words, it will be bring back a lot of memories for a lot of folks. I'm sure they'll do a good job with that. He was always a very kind gentleman. I was like a young kid interested in electronics, and I was just bugging him, and he never failed to stop and just take a minute to explain this or that. And he was that way with all of his customers. at Rice's for many years. That was when television was coming along, and he had all those TVs in the store down there. You go check them out. Should be a real interesting part of the harvest of history. And while we're talking about the Cultural Center, I think that we really kind of need to do a shout-out and recognize Mr. Hack Bertram, who passed away yesterday, or actually Monday, at Glenview Healthcare, a volunteer for many years at the Cultural Center, and a gentleman who loved history. And his funeral service is going to be held at the Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home at 2 o'clock on Thursday afternoon. But he was one of those folks who just believed in everything that was going on at the Cultural Center and contributed to it as well, Sam.
He absolutely did, and I can assure you that there are thousands of school children who will forever remember their tour with Hack.
Yeah.
He put a lot of effort into making those group tours of the Cultural Center special and meaningful, as well as education.
Sure. He just had a warmth about him that made people feel good about being there. And he will be missed, and all his contributions will be remembered for sure.
Indeed.
All right, let's go back to 1918, get back into the history part of things, the stuff that made folks really interested in history around here. This is one... I don't know that I would like to have been in charge of policing this. 100 years ago in 1918, what we were having here was a threat of shortage of gasoline. Of course, gasoline wasn't really all that much in use back here in the early days of the horseless carriage. But in 1918, there was a threatened shortage of gasoline, so they called a halt on joyriders, Sam. Last Sunday was very different to the others of recent dates. The order to stop joyriding had a wonderful effect, and few dared to disobey the rule, although it was not arbitrary. The streets were almost bare of machines, and when one appeared which bore the earmarks of a pleasure trip, the boys were quick to say, "There goes a slacker." I don't know if they said anything to the actual joyrider or not. They pulled them over or whatever, but it's like, look, we don't have enough gas around here. Quit joyriding. And I think, you could be accused of joyriding, and let's see what the excuses are going to be. See if it was a legitimate joyride. But, the auto industry was growing, so the gas was becoming more and more. We had more of it on hand, but back in 1918, they said it was effective to halt joyriding. This day in 1928, Sam, it was a marriage of most cordial interest around here, and one characterized by beautiful simplicity. That was the marriage of Miss Lida Mae Vernon and Mr. Lyon B. Hutcherson of Glasgow, which was impressively solemnized, actually Thursday morning. There's a time for a wedding for you. Solemnized Thursday morning at the home of the bride's parents. The beautiful and impressive ceremony which united these two beloved young people was performed by Reverend Cyrus Hutcherson, the brother of the groom. Now, of course, these two youngsters getting married here are better known as the parents of Lyon Hutcherson Jr., the former owner of Glasgow Livestock Market. Ray Green adds that to his review of this. But still, a beautiful ceremony, solemnized in 1928, Sam. Nice couple. Yeah, that's right. No question about it. Excellent family in this community. All right, let's go back to 1938. Modernization is relative. There was some modernization going on this day in 1938 in Metcalfe County, because this was the day it was announced that the Edmonton court buys coal stoves. It says here, the Metcalfe Fiscal Court has purchased and will soon install coal stoves in the courthouse. And in the future, coal will be used for fuel instead of wood. Talk about having a bunch of problems operating the courthouse. You got to have that wood heat in there, and they say, well, wait a minute, the jury's still out. We need more wood.
Well, and you wonder which one of the county officials was responsible for keeping the coal stoves going.
Yeah. Well, if history proves itself, around here it's always been the jailer. But I don't know if that was the case in Metcalfe County in 1938 or not, but somebody had to do it.
Could be.
We don't want jurors to rush to decision because it was frigid in the courtroom. That was 1938. Moving to coal. Here we go to 1948. Mr. James B. Edmonds of Beckton announces the marriage of his daughter, Catherine, to Mr. G.M. Allen of Scottsville. The marriage took place on July the 27th in Jeffersonville, Indiana. Now, the bride here is a 1939 graduate of Glasgow High School. She has worked for several years doing secretarial work in Lexington, Kentucky, and Detroit, Michigan, and is presently working for Preston Ropp Insurance Agency. A lot of folks didn't realize that Preston Ropp, in addition to being a automobile dealership, was an insurance agency. Says here that Mr. Allen is with the Big Four Chevrolet Company in Scottsville as an automobile buyer and salesman. He is the son of Mr. and Miss George Allen of Halfway in Allen County. Mr. and Miss Allen will make their home in Scottsville for the present. So there we have it. Another wedding solemnized here. This was 1948. And a couple of youngsters seemed like they had a whole lot going. Very energetic there,
They were.
By the time she got married, she'd already worked in Detroit. Wasn't going to be confined to a small area. All right, so let's look at 1958, and we're going to turn to sports. This is big-time local sports story here in 1958, Sam. Glasgow Scotty coach Earl Bradford reported his team is in tip-top shape for their first game of the season at Hammer Stadium when they meet Bowling Green. Yes, the Scotties will be pepped up by 4 new varsity cheerleaders. They are Wanda Steenbergen, Jenny Lee Ropp, Jerry Garnett, and Joe Brent Miller. Also, Coach Bradford's starting squad will include Roy Garman, Bill Cassidy, Ernest Cassidy, Don Handy, Hobart Dickinson, Robert Edwards, Doug Mansfield, Stanley Profit, Rex Profit, Jesse Ferguson. The quarterback was Roy Davis. Now, that's a team. That's a bunch of hosses right there for sure, Sam.
They were indeed.
Starting unit right there. And, of course, one of those starters was Roy Garman. And, of course, Roy's son, Jeff, is the head coach of the Scotties now. Very interesting indeed to see all of this history right here. Plus, I like the fact that, it's an interesting way to write the story that the first thing they're going to do is give credit to the cheerleaders for cheering the team on no matter what. 1958. Yeah, it was indeed.
There were only 4 cheerleaders.
Yeah, but these were the new varsity cheerleaders, Steve. I'm thinking, and I'm just going by the wording in the story here in the Glasgow Republican. 4 new varsity cheerleaders. There might have been some, for lack of a better term, old varsity cheerleaders. But these were the new ones. And anyway, it's good people right there, too, for sure. Coach Bradford, this is just a personal input here. Coach Earl Bradford came to Glasgow to work for the school system, and it wasn't too long after he came that my dad realized that the 2 of them had met in the Philippines in World War II, and how funny life deals a card where they reunited right here. They never dreamed of that.
Small world.
It is. That was 1958. All right, 1968, some newspaper news. The Glasgow Republican, is moving to a new ground floor office at West Wayne Street, effective September the 6th. So how about that? No more upstairs office for the Republican. They're moving downstairs on Wayne Street. I don't remember them being there, but, well, actually, I probably should remember that, but nonetheless, nice location, right in the middle of town.
That might be at the time, Henry, that they moved from the south side of the Glasgow Square back into the building that the Glasgow Daily Times occupied for years, and part of the same complex.
Right. Well, that makes sense. It was right out the back door either way. Wasn't a long move. It just was a change of address. 1968. Let's see what's going on in 1978. How about some more sports news here? Not really good results for the home teams here. This was the day of 1978 in sports. The Barron County Trojans lost to the Tompkinsville Bears 24-20, and Bowling Green hammered the Scotties 29-7. Hopefully the record got better as the season went on. This story in 1988, I've kicking around whether or not to use this story, but I'm going to. I don't like to talk about, myself or anything like that, but the Glasgow Daily Times had a really nice story here 30 years ago today. It says Glasgow's first radio station, WKAY, has changed ownership. Henry Royce is the new owner. And the Glasgow Daily Times published that story in 1988. So there it is, 30 years ago, making the newspaper. And the rest, as
very newsworthy.
And the rest, as they say, is history. That was a long time ago. 1998, this was the day that Dr. Mark Myers, DMD, moved into his new quarters out at 207 Professional Park Drive. A very nice facility there where Dr. Myers continues his practice of dentistry. That was 1998. And then 2008, here we have Community Medical Care this day, holding an appreciation event, thanking the public for their support. Now, Community Medical Care has thrived because of some good people who had ideas on how to make it grow, but yet at the same time on how to show appreciation to those who sustained it. That was Community Medical Care back in 2008. So that's what we have, Sam. 100 years worth of history. Cut down on that joy riding. I got our audience on Facebook has written us here, Sam, a story we're going to throw in before we leave the air about Mr. Ellis Rice. This is a note from Jerry Polson, and Jerry says, Henry, I worked for Mr. Rice back in 1969. It was a pleasure to work there. I, too, learned a lot from Mr. Rice. He was one of the reasons why I received my first-class radio license. Also, my 45 years plus in the telecommunications industry is a great honor for Mr. Rice to be portrayed by his son Chappie in the Harvest of History. That's from Jerry Polson. Jerry, appreciate you writing in on that, sir, because it's it's just good to hear from people. That's why we like to interact these things. So anyway, Jerry, there was a number I could probably sit here and think for a minute to give you some other names of folks who worked there, but they were all good folks, you know?
They were indeed.
And maybe we'll learn a lot more during the Harvest of History.
I'm pretty sure we're going to.
That'll be just enough to tempt us there, all right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to play the theme song right here, and let's enjoy. That's the wrong theme song, Sam. I've done it again. We're going to come back tomorrow and talk more about the Harvest of History and talk more about some of the wonderful parts of our history that have made us who we are and built our foundation, and bring back lots of memories like with Mr. Jerry Polson sharing his days working for Mr. Ellis Rice here in the archives. So thank you, sir. Have a good day, and we'll talk tomorrow, okay?
We'll do it. Thank you.
And the archives brought to you today by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services.
Saturdays on the Glasgow Square looks a lot like something out of a painted work of art, but it's real and it's Kentucky proud. The Bounty of the Barrens Farmers Market and its award-winning collection of local growers, artists, vendors, and live local music is why folks enjoy a Saturday stroll downtown. Please remember that the market offers a double dollars program for WIC and Senior Farmers Market vouchers, as well as SNAP while funds are available. Come check out the Bounty of the Barrens Farmers Market, Saturdays on the Square from 8 to noon, a Kentucky proud event. When Fire Pit Spirits first opened in May, they set out to be a place of business that puts service above all else, and that's why they have a large staff to help you find what you need and then help you do your car when you're done. They strive to have the best selection in the county, and you can be the judge of that. They also wanted you to have the convenience of a drive-through window for when you're in a rush, or if the weather just doesn't suit you. With so many options, Fire Pit Spirits make sure they're equipped for professionalism and satisfaction. Happy Valley Road in Glasgow, Fire Pit Spirits, best service, best selection, best friends.
Let me ask you something. What do you see when you look at your home and your car? Do you see a bundle, a combo deal? That's how other insurance companies see them. But a State Farm agent sees so much more, because a State Farm agent sees your home and your car as more than just four walls and four wheels. They see the things you've worked really hard for. So why not give them the protection they deserve? Call State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow at 270-651-3608.
All right, today, by special request, we are patting on the back Miss Esther Shirley. Now, Miss Esther Shirley, a very nice lady who turns in a lot of birthdays, and believe it or not, she's having one today. And we want to be sure and wish Miss Esther Shirley a happy birthday and let her know she's good as gold from WCLU. And a little taste of Texas, okay? Trinity Church of the Nazarenes Revival continues through tonight at 7 o'clock with Reverend Michael Perkins as the speaker tonight. And also on Friday, there's a computer class. Now, we just got notified on Facebook about some folks who wanted to comment on something. And you don't want to be far into Facebook, so the folks at the library are conducting a computer class on Facebook at the Mary Wood Weldon Library this Friday morning starting at 9:30.
Shut that window! We can't afford to heat the whole neighborhood. You ever said that to someone in your house? Smith Siding in Glasgow would love to show you how much heat the neighborhood gets even with your old leaky and efficient windows shut, and how much better their vinyl replacement windows insulate against outside cold air. Plus, they're easy to clean and bring new life to the appearance of your home. Randall and Shane Smith would love to talk to you about windows. In business for 44 years. We get it right. 651-1009. Nothing can take down a home like a debilitated, leaky roof. How can you find a roofing contractor who can analyze the problems and then come up with a quote that may be less expensive than you think? Smith Siding has a great reputation in Southern Kentucky. In fact, insurance companies depend on Smith Siding as a reliable contractor. You can too. Have Shane and Randall Smith look at your situation and start the process. In business for 44 years, we get it right. Smith Siding, 109 Ensminger Drive, behind Dairy Queen.
Congratulations. Are you excited about the new job?
Yes, but I don't know what to do with my 401k.
That's a big decision. As a Modern Woodman financial representative, I can explain your options and help you to make the best choice. I'm Anthony Mike. Call me today at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through MWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
Weather from the WCLU Weather Center. Brought to you by South Central Bank.
Cold front to our west. We'll head on off toward the east, and I guess you could make a case for this front hanging out and us getting some moisture from what is now Gordon pulled in here over the next 3 to 5 days. Certainly some spots could see some decent rainfall. So I'd prepare for some rain this afternoon, although we're clear this morning. Showers, thunderstorms coming in. They'll be scattered around. I don't think rain for everyone. 88. Cloudy tonight and a break. 70 degrees. Tomorrow morning, some isolated thunderstorms. In the afternoon, another break. Partly cloudy and 89. Then tomorrow night, we'll get another round of showers and thunderstorms. Scattered showers and thunderstorms in the forecast on Friday. Highs will be in the upper 80s. And over the upcoming weekend, more scattered showers and thunderstorms as the front kind of wants to hang around for a little bit with highs in the low to mid-80s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick, the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
South Central Bank is a locally owned bank that cares about you and our community, too.
My name's Roger Mercer. My wife and I, Terry, own Southern Kentucky Collision here in Glasgow. It's a collision repair center. We've been dealing with South Central Bank for probably 23, 24 years. They've always been good to us. They're a hometown bank. South Central Bank has been a really big part of our business as far as the growth. They've been there for us when we needed to borrow money to grow, and we appreciate that very much from South Central Bank.
South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help. Member FDIC.
Looking at the WCLU constant coverage and studio radar screen, some ugly thunderstorms down there in Mississippi and Alabama off of Tropical Storm Gordon, and all that's pushing to the north. We'll get some version of that a little bit later in the week, but for now, it's really going to be pounding down on the Gulf Coast and the states that border the Gulf of Mexico. We'll just have a warm day. Barometer's up at 30.16. We're at 73 degrees this morning.
If you're thinking about remodeling your home, keep in mind that windows play a big part, so it's important to get the right ones. Anderson not only offers finely crafted windows and patio doors in thousands of sizes and styles, they also give you natural wood interiors, low-maintenance exteriors, and long-lasting, energy-saving performance. See the full line of Anderson windows at Glasgow Building Supply on the 31E Bypass in Glasgow. Anderson Windows. Long live the home.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
A week of round-the-clock care or months of a few hours a day, Time Savers is the only service that does it all. I'm Elizabeth Downing, and we have built Time Savers to reflect everything we want for our own families. So chase away the clouds and let Time Savers brighten your days. Call us at 270-792-5703 or go to mytimesaversky.com. That's 270-792-5703 or mytimesaversky.com.
You ready to play trivia? Yes, I think I'm ready to play trivia. Somebody's going to win a delicious meal from Garcia's or from Digo's Place, just for answering this question correctly. So get ready, and 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. Those are the numbers to call. If you can answer this question, then you're going to be enjoying dinner at Digo's Place, right there next door to the T.J. Sampson Pavilion. Or also, you can go out to Garcia's on North Ray Street, $5 off coupon there as well. Here's the question. According to Billboard magazine, which song was the most played song on American radio during the 20th century? According to Billboard magazine, which song was the most played song on American radio during the 20th century? Hello, trivia.
White Christmas.
No, that's not right. Trivia.
Thriller.
Who?
Thriller.
No, it's not right. What? Trivia. That's my shadow coming back through there. Hello, trivia.
You've lost that love and feeling.
That's true. And who's this speaking?
This is Melanie Watson.
How you doing, Melanie Watson?
I am just great, Henry. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Now, here, Melanie Watson, sing along a little bit with us. Ready?
Okay.
Here we go.
You never close your eyes anymore when I kiss your lips.
Your eyes.
There's no tenderness.
Your
in your fingertips.
That was very good, Melanie. This is, of course, the music of the Righteous Brothers.
Correct.
A song that was played 8 million times on the radio in the 20th century.
Wow.
With the You've Lost That Lovin' Feeling. See, some folks were thinking there. White Christmas was a good guess. Thriller was a good guess.
Absolutely.
We didn't get any Elvis in there because Elvis, he couldn't have one that was 8 million times because he had so many. It kind of sliced up the pie. But nonetheless, in the 20th century, the biggest, most played song, The Righteous Brothers, and You've Lost That Lovin' Feeling. Here's an extra hush puppy for you here. Not actually a hush puppy, but an extra taco for you here, Melanie. Do you know what the names of the Righteous Brothers were or are?
You got me there, Henry.
Okay, it's Bill Medley and Bobby Purify. Those two fellas together were known as the Righteous Brothers. Now, I've never done the research to determine about the last name Purify, but nonetheless, if somebody listens to your record 8 million times in a century, you deserve some credit for sure.
You sure do.
Okay, Melanie, thanks for tuning in today, and thanks for winning trivia.
Thank you, Henry.
Have a good day. Bye-bye. All right, it's Melanie Watson. It's the Righteous Brothers. You've Lost That Lovin' Feeling. Played 8 million times in the 20th century on American radio. I'll be able to sing along with that one for sure. We'll have more interesting things on trivia tomorrow if you will join us. And remember, you can win a $5 off coupon from Dego's Place or Garcia's just for being a winner.
CBS News Update. President Trump says a new book about his White House is full of lies and phony sources. The author describes the Trump administration as crazy town. Correspondent Stephen Portnoy.
Bob Woodward's new book, Fear, will have Chief of Staff John Kelly calling Mr. Trump an idiot who is unhinged. In a statement released by the White House, Kelly says that's not true, that the story is total BS.
The Washington Post has released a recorded conversation from last month in which Mr. Trump tells Woodward, an editor at the paper, he wants to participate. Woodward informing him he'd already been denied the request by several people, including presidential advisor Kellyanne Conway.
Kellyanne went to somebody, but she didn't come to me.
Well,
and she should have come to me. She does have access to me, absolutely. She has direct access, but she didn't come to me. And you know what? That's okay. I'll just end up with another bad book. What can I tell you?
The book is published by Simon & Schuster, a division of CBS. CBS News Update. I'm Deborah.
This is WCLU Glasgow, WCLU FM Unfordville, W253BN Glasgow. Services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
I've always been a talker.
J. Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man, but there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow.
Local news on the air, online, on demand at WCLUradio.com.
9 minutes after 7 o'clock, WCLU, 73 degrees. Looks like we have a slight chance of an afternoon shower today. We'll check in with Ray Stajic in just a couple of minutes. Let's get our next update of local news now. Live in the newsroom, and News Director Wes Royce. Good morning, Wes.
Good morning, Dad. For WCLU Local News, I am Wes Royce. Yesterday morning, around 8:45 in the morning, the Barron County Sheriff's Office responded to 223 Buck Creek Road, an Amish residence, in reference to an accidental shooting. After arriving, it was determined that a 2-year-old child was shot by a juvenile sibling by accident while the sibling was handling a loaded rifle. The children had been sent upstairs to get some items for their parents prior to the incident taking place. The 2-year-old was pronounced dead at the scene, and that is all the information we have about the incident at this time. On Friday, the Glasgow Police Department responded to Walmart in reference to a shoplifting complaint. Officer Dewberry made contact with Janet Dobson and located hydrocodone concealed inside a box inside her purse. Janet Dobson, age 61, of Glasgow, was arrested and charged with theft by unlawful taking or disposition, shoplifting under $500, possession of a controlled substance, first degree, first offense, drug unspecified. The arrest was made by Officer John Dewberry. On Saturday, the Glasgow Police Department conducted a traffic stop on South Lewis Street for a vehicle that failed to use a turn signal. Officer Hicks made contact with the driver, identified as Michael Hall, and confirmed that his operator license was suspended. Officer Hicks also detected a strong odor of alcohol coming from his person, bloodshot eyes, and slurred speech. Michael Hall, age 59, of Glasgow, was arrested and charged with failure to or improper signal, operating a motor vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs, fourth offense or greater, driving on DUI suspended license, first offense, and failure to produce insurance card. The arrest was made by Officer Wesley Hicks. More local news when we continue here on WCLU.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
In more local news at this hour, Saturday, approximately 3:50 in the afternoon, Trooper Ricky Cross responded to the intersection of Granville Sexton Road and East Fork Road in reference to a subject in a red Chevrolet Cobalt blocking the roadway in Metcalfe County. Upon arrival, Trooper Cross observed the red Cobalt parked halfway in the road. 28-year-old Justin Harper of Edmonton was passed out in the driver's seat with the keys still in the ignition. Trooper Cross observed a marijuana grinder in the subject's lap. The subject then woke up and tried to hide the grinder. Consent to search the vehicle was given, resulting in a small amount of marijuana, a white powdered substance believed to be cocaine, and a straw. Following field sobriety tests administered by Trooper Cross, Harper was arrested by KSP and charged with possession of a controlled substance, first degree, first offense, cocaine, possession of marijuana, possession of drug paraphernalia, DUI, second offense, aggravating circumstances, driving on a suspended license, first offense, aggravating circumstances, failure of owner to maintain required insurance, first offense, no operator's license, and no registrations plates. Harper was lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. And Kentucky State Police Post 15 will be conducting safety traffic checkpoints in the Post 15 area, which will include Washington, Marion, Taylor, Greene, Casey, Russell, Adair, Metcalfe, Monroe, Clinton, and Cumberland counties. Troopers will be checking for impaired drivers, and they will also be seeing that children are properly restrained in child safety seats and informing the public about the use of seatbelts. These safety checkpoints will be conducted in various locations throughout the Post 15 area that are experiencing a high ratio of vehicular crashes resulting in injury and or death compared to relatively low safety restraint usage ratios. Up next, we have our weekly Trojan Report from Barron County High School student Katie Martin. Here's Katie with this week's Trojan Report.
I'm Katie Martin with this week's Trojan Report. Fall sports shirts are now on sale. They are $15 for a long sleeve shirt and $10 for a short sleeve. Order forms are available in the front office. Academic team will practice in the library on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursdays until 4:30. Students planning to join Beta should see a sponsor to pay the $30 club dues. The deadline to join is Friday, September 14th. You do not have to receive an invitation to join. To celebrate Homecoming Week, there will be a door decorating contest for WIN groups. To compete, these must be completed by next Tuesday. The theme will be Grill the Gators, and there is a prize for the winning door. The brand new BCHS Travel Club is now accepting members. All students interested in joining can pay their $5 enrollment fee to Mrs. Dyer or Mrs. Esters. The deadline to join is Friday, September 28th. If students who appreciate local history want to be a part of a unique volunteer experience involving the local cultural center and their upcoming Harvest of History, please see Mr. Steenbergen in room 12. Any student grades 9 through 12 interested in playing tennis need to see Coach Rickard this week. Her office is located across from the cafeteria. And on the sports calendar for this week, on Thursday, the boys' soccer team is at LaRue County. The volleyball team hosts Glasgow, and the girl and boys cross-country teams have a home meet. On Friday, the Trojan football team hosts Monroe County. The girls' soccer team takes on South Oldham at Elizabethtown Invitational. On Saturday, the volleyball team is at Western Hills. The boys' soccer team is at Clinton County. The girls' golf team participates in the Bowling Green Invitational. The girls' soccer team plays Hendersonville, Tennessee Hyde at 11 a.m. and then at 5 p.m. against Gatlinburg Pittman at the Elizabethtown Invitational. Next Monday, the JV football team hosts Hart County. The volleyball team is at Cumberland County. The boys' soccer team hosts Grayson County. The boys' golf team participates in the district tournament at Monroe County. And next Tuesday, the volleyball team is at Hart County. The boys' soccer teams are at Glasgow. And the boys' golf team hosts Monroe County. For a daily report on what's happening at BCHS, tune into our student radio broadcasts each day around 7:30 a.m. and 3 p.m. on our high school radio station, Trojan Radio 88.7 FM, and online at barronschools.com. That's this week's Trojan Report from Barron County High, where opportunity creates success. We are BC.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jaleesa Chapman. Fulton County Detention Center authorities are reporting of an escaped inmate. 34-year-old Timothy Richardson of Shepherdsville is serving time for various charges, including auto theft. Authorities say he escaped just before 4:30 Wednesday morning. He is considered armed and dangerous. The Kentucky Republican Party is pushing another ethics complaint against Democratic Secretary of State Allison Lundergan Grimes. The state party recently filed a complaint over what leaders say is Lundergan Grimes' improper access to the state's voter information files. Kentucky GOP spokesman Tress Watson tells WLKY,
creating the atmosphere and creating the possibility for those to occur, we simply can't abide by.
The complaint is similar to the objection filed by the head of the Kentucky's Board of Elections. Authorities say a 2-year-old who was accidentally shot by a sibling has died. According to a report from the Barron County Sheriff's Office, the child was pronounced dead at the scene Tuesday morning. The investigation is ongoing. Kentucky became a national leader with a new law supporting shared parenting rights, and a new polling shows it's a policy supported by many Kentuckians.
The measure, which went into effect July 1st, makes joint custody the legal presumption if both parents are considered fit caregivers. A new survey shows 58% support the new law, 10% oppose, and 32% weren't sure. Matt Hale is the Kentucky chairman of the National Parents Association.
It just lessens parental conflict by not pitting parent against parent in a winner-take-all, loser-lose-all battle.
Kentucky is now the only state to have such a law in cases of permanent separation. I'm Suzanne Duval.
Research shows kids are more likely to stay away from drugs and less likely to commit suicide if they have continuing, meaningful relationships with both parents. I'm Jaleesa Chapman.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Alabama, live in concert.
Song of the South.
Friday, December 7th, Rupp Arena, a historic night in Lexington, Kentucky for one night only.
Like Grandma,
Alabama, with Ricky Skaggs.
Stay country boy, country boy.
The Kentucky Headhunters. Tickets go on sale Friday, September 7th at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
If you're gonna play,
Presented by iHeartRadio.
fiddle in the band.
Staying safe on the road is everyone's responsibility for motorists and motorcyclists alike. Drivers, look out for motorcycles. They can be difficult to see, and bikers, do your part in staying visible. Motorcycles have the same rights as every other motor vehicle, and that rider is someone's family member or friend. So drivers, give motorcycles the full lane. No sharing. Check your mirrors and blind spots often, and keep a safe following distance. Share the road, not the lane. Bikers' lives depend on it. Paid with federal funds to the Kentucky Office of Highway Safety.
20 minutes after 7 o'clock and 73 degrees at WCLU. Still ahead, we'll check morning sports, and we got a weather forecast for you. And we got birthdays to add to the list, too. So a very eventful hour coming up.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance, growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred.
Use a debit card? Do you get paid by direct deposit or have a monthly bill set up for auto payment? Do you like the convenience of online banking and the efficiency?
Glasgow, Kentucky.
My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parish Carpet.
Growth begins with an idea. At the People's Bank, that idea is to give you the banking service you deserve. We carry out that idea in everything we do. In fact, it's become our motto, working for you. As that idea continues to grow, let us work for you at our new location, 1300 West Main Street, opening this summer. Let us be the place where your ideas begin, where you get the banking you deserve. Come grow with us. The People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Check out the deals at Gilliard Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Save big on summer adventure during our Jeep Celebration event. How about saving up to $5,800 off the factory MSRP on a new 2018 Jeep Grand Cherokee? Or choose up to $4,000 off the new 2018 Jeep Renegade. Now you can save up to $3,750 off on the newly redesigned 2019 Jeep Cherokee.
If car shopping makes you nervous, come to the home of legendary service.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Time you got your Ralphie on. What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
And somebody on this list is going to be winning a delicious Dairy Queen birthday cake today. And somebody on this list is going to win a beautiful rose from Greer's Florist. So let's make sure we got everybody's name on here. And here's where we are so far. Miss Josephine Irwin. Josephine Irwin with a birthday. Serenity Jones. Serenity is turning 9 today. I think it was Serenity's grandmother that called up to wish her a happy 9th birthday today. Brandon Hoskins is 26. Tim Vibbert. Dave Pulliam. Dave is 65 today. Velma Childers is 81. We also have Brianna Childress, Mary Bridges Jones, Charlene Frodes, Shelley Norris with a birthday today. It's also Tiffany Hall's birthday. Esther Shirley. Miss Esther is 76 today. Beverly Harbison celebrates. Grayson Fletcher. Grayson is 1. Now we have anniversaries for Toby and Chastity Wyatt, for Gary and Sheila Foster, and from yesterday, James Alton and Ruthine Hawks have a wedding anniversary to celebrate. So there we are, a whole lot of celebrating here. 651-9149 or 800-956-1023 online. Here we are, a simple click at WCLUradio.com. 73 degrees this morning. We'll come back, and we have some tidbit news to share with you here just in a couple of minutes.
Good morning, friends. When I was coaching junior high basketball, there was a sign that hung on the wall of the gym which read, "The race is not won with the feet, but with the heart." There's more truth in that statement than many people would admit. Another way of expressing the same sentiment might be to say that circumstances do not make you or break you, but only serve to reveal what is inside of you. If that is true, then how one handles a circumstance becomes more important than the circumstance. In each of our lives, we will face severe difficulties. The answer to those will not be found from an outside solution, but the solution has to come from within. One might receive outside help, and yet how a person handles and uses such help is all important. It's much more important to work at improvement than to moan over the difficulty. Our mind will either be a great help or a great hindrance. It could be said that there must be something within us that is greater than that which is around us. When we seek to have the mind of Christ, we will always be much better prepared for the disappointments as well as the joys of living. Life is a marathon race. Sometimes we fall. The question should be asked, are we going to lie there and bleed or get up and continue? We're going to bleed either way, but only when we continue the race will we be successful at the finish. This is Danny Wyatt for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
The university scientists have long hypothesized, where does the magic man get his magic? The phenomenon that is the magic man is considered one of the great wonders of science. Truth be told, there is no science greater than magic. And that's why the mystery remains.
Hi, I'm Eddie Bruner, and yes, technically I am the magic man. But there's no magic to it. It's honesty, knowledge, and paying the best prices I can pay.
Glasgow Prescriptions.
Hello, I'm Bill Prather, Chairman of the TJ Community Mission Foundation. To invite you to make plans to attend the Glasgow Under the Stars fundraising event supporting the Shanti Niketan Hospice Home. The event will take place on Saturday, September the 22nd at the Old French Restaurant starting at 6:30 p.m. Entertainment will be provided by the 8-track band. Come join us for dinner, dancing, and auctions. Great prizes are available including trips, firearms, sporting events tickets, photography package, and a beautiful diamond necklace. To reserve your tickets for the event, please contact Kim Lambert at 651-4348.
All right, 74 degrees. Warming up nicely around here. Let me get the theme song rolling so we can officially introduce.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
From around the world and up the street, we are pilfering through the news wires looking for tidbit news, and our very own young superstar Aaron Russell is here with us.
Good morning, Henry.
How you doing, Aaron?
I'm great. How are you?
You're looking kind of like a young high school kid this morning. How did that happen?
I don't know. I guess I am one. But.
Yeah, I guess, right. So anyway, Aaron is with us today, and we've got
folks have missed him.
That's right.
Thank you.
He's here. He's up and running.
Yeah.
And we actually have a bit of a theme for tidbit news for today, y'all.
All right.
So
yes.
Yes. Dumb criminals. Dumb criminals. Tidbit exposés that prove crime doesn't pay. Dumb criminals. Right off key.
Love it.
Okay.
Love.
All right. So anyway, this story right here, story number one is well, just follow along. You'll see why this is a dumb criminal story quickly.
All right.
There's a burglar that broke into a Virginia shoe store, and this burglar took several sneakers that were all for the right foot. All right. It's not clear if the thief meant to take only right-footed sneakers or was too much in a hurry to notice on the night of August the 25th. But Rob Wickham, the owner of Clean Soles in Roanoke, Virginia, said he lost 13 right-footed shoes for what seems to be no reason at all, since they're not much good unless you. here's the shoe store owner's quote. So they're not much good, quote, unless you have two right feet, unquote.
But when this goes to court, the prosecuting attorney is going to say, "Sir, did you not steal 13 pairs of shoes?" "No, sir. I did not steal any pairs of shoes."
They were all right footers. Pretty much
sounds like bath salt to me. I don't know. I mean, who does this?
Pretty much risking their freedom.
How do you not know?
pretty much risking their freedom for nothing, according to the owner. He told the Roanoke Times this. The thief did manage to take a few things that could be used, including one whole pair of sneakers.
That's good.
And a few shirts and hoodies. But Mr. Wickham is still dumbfounded by why somebody would bother breaking into a shoe store and take several right-footed sneakers off of the display shelf.
That's so awesome.
What was the point of grabbing one shoe off the shelf, he told NPR. Police are still looking for the suspect who was caught on video during the heist, but he had his or her face covered. This isn't the first time that clean soles got right-foot sneakers stolen. In July, 2 burglars broke in and conducted a similar operation, making out with display items only. And in that particular incident, police have charged a 17-year-old in that incident. So we can blame his youth for not realizing that there's distinctive sizes for different feet. But he's got a lot of right. And I don't know what do you do with the ones that are left? The left shoes.
I don't know.
Give them to another idiot.
That's right. So. See if they can't hook up. You can have a sting operation.
Yeah.
To give away 13 left-footed sneakers.
It'll be on Swap and Shop later.
That's right. And see if anybody shows up to get those. All right.
That's a Cinderella story if there ever was one.
Roanoke, Virginia.
Getting back on the right foot.
That's right. That's right. Story number 2. That was good, Eric.
Thank you.
I thought you were sleepy. You appeared to have sleep in your eyes until you turned the mic on. All right. Story number 2. A bungling burglar in Minnesota was nabbed after his pickup truck got stuck in a large pile of foul-smelling manure during a getaway, according to reports. Okay, this is the story of Matthew Bloomquist. He is 29 from Haywick, Minnesota. Now, he was found standing on the side of the road, smoking a cigarette, covered in manure from his waist to his feet, when deputies arrived to investigate Wednesday morning, according to the sheriff up there in Stearns County, Minnesota.
That sounds worse than knee-deep.
That's right. It's It's pretty deep. He was wearing jean shorts over long underwear and no shoes, which the deputies assumed were somewhere in that manure pile.
Yeah.
The sheriff said Friday in an incident report titled, and this is the sheriff's department trying to be funny. This incident report was entitled "Something Doesn't Smell Right." Dun, dun, dun.
So walk me through that. Okay, so you said bungling burglar, and then all I heard was somebody covered in manure.
Yeah, that's right. I'm just reading.
So he was a burglar.
Right.
A bungling burglar.
I'll get the rest of the story here. You're getting ahead of me, okay?
All right. I'm just trying to wrap this around my head.
Part of the story was about the manure. It says here, obviously the encounter was accompanied by a strong-smelling odor, he said. And to that, the fair amount of rain we received to the weekend, and you have a nice blend, the sheriff says. Deputies said that Mr. Bloomquist was caught snatching lumber and other items from a farm shed in Maine Prairie Township, Minnesota.
Gotcha.
So here's what happened. The farm
He found what he was looking for.
That's right. The farm owner called to report the overnight burglary. He said surprisingly that the pickup truck involved was still on the property, stuck in the manure when he called the police. The owner said he saw 2 men, but one managed to run off. Mr. Bloomquist and the other man apparently spent hours trying to free the pickup truck without success, the sheriff said. When question, here's what
it hit the fan.
That's right. Okay, that's right. It hit the fan all right. It was so deep it actually probably jammed up the fan. When questioned,
to give away to a good home.
That's right.
Fan.
When questioned, Mr. Bloomquist told deputies that his quote-unquote friend had bought the lumber and that he was just helping him, according to the sheriff. Now, think about it. That's a really good friend. Hey, sometime after midnight, I'm going to go pick up some lumber. You want to help me?
Where is said friend?
I don't know. That's right. He ran off.
He's under the pile again.
That makes the beginning of the story, now that you know the full thing,
that's
so much
right.
funnier, is that he's knee deep, or not knee deep, waist deep, smoking, just defeated, just done.
I mean, you smoked a cigarette just to kind of get.
It's that. What do I do now?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, well, maybe the last one of these I have for a while.
He's sitting there with that look. This is the last time I'm going to help a friend load lumber after midnight, I'll tell you that.
Wasn't any other time they had time to do it.
Yes, that's right. So now, depending on how long the 2x4s are, they could actually use them to winch the truck out of the manure.
Yeah.
So anyway.
And that would be some treated lumber for sure.
That's exactly. It's treated all right. It needs to be
organic.
Sewage treatment. All right. So anyway, that's the... you see those are both dumb criminal stories, correct? All right. Would you agree with that?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Dumb head. Dumb head. Okay, so there we have
I'm glad that wasn't the most played song of the 20th century.
That's right. Dumb head. That girl's got a name, too. What is her name? Actually, I don't have that name on that song. It wasn't a big hit.
That's my new word.
Dumb head.
I'm going to use it. I'm going to find ways to work it into the news.
Well, we'll have more intelligent criminals soon here on Tidbit News. Thanks for hanging around and being with us today, Aaron. All
yeah,
right.
Thank you for having me.
All right, it's 7:41.
Hack Whitty, Marita Whitty Lyle, David Whitty, Becky Lyle, names that have been trusted in this community for quality auto repairs for 46 years. Names you can continue to trust for many years to come. At Whitty's Complete Car Care, they specialize in all your car repair needs, including brakes, tune-ups, and diagnostics. And you won't believe their amazing tire prices. If you're ever in need of towing or unlocking service, Jeff is ready and waiting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Whitty's Complete Car Care on Rogers Road in Glasgow, 46 years and counting.
Why do you choose the pharmacy you use? Is it because of someone you know, or is it short wait times? Highland Pharmacy has considered all of these things that make your experience at the pharmacy pleasant. With a top-notch staff of pharmacists and techs you know and trust, 2 drive-through windows, and a commitment to not making you sit and wait any longer than necessary, you can see why so many choose Highland Pharmacy, and we invite you to come see us for your next prescription. Highland Pharmacy, just over from the TJ Health Pavilion, 301 Rogers Road. Call 270-629-4300. Extreme Fitness members are there for the right reason.
I feel like if you're going to the gym, you are in the process of developing a better you. It's something you're always going to be wanting to do, and the gym gives you that to go in and crush your daily goal, but to always be developing a better you. I choose Extreme because of the family atmosphere. Everybody there knows you by name. You always see a friendly face, and that's why I choose Extreme.
So what can excellent facilities, dedicated staff, and a welcoming atmosphere do for you? Head to Extreme Fitness to find out.
The Empty Nest Inside Pharmacy Express is getting geared up for the next season. Stop by the Empty Nest and stock up on lots of summer merchandise like clothing, select jewelry, summer beach bags, and towels, all at discounted prices. The summer markdown is going on right now, and even bigger savings are coming. Thursday, July 26th through Saturday, July 28th. Shop the Empty Nest for 20 to 60% off everything in the store. Yes, I said everything. You'll find the Empty Nest is not so empty inside Pharmacy Express on the corner of the Bypass and Cleveland Avenue in Glasgow. What time is it? It's burger o'clock. Head to Colton's Steakhouse and Grill for lunch. Get a hamburger, cheeseburger, or Montana burger and fries for only $6.99. These fresh ground half-pound burgers are handcrafted, grilled over open flames, and made to order. All meals include peanuts and hot, delicious rolls and honey. Colton's Steakhouse and Grill in Glasgow, Bardstown, Campbellsville, and Radcliffe. We know what's at stake, and burgers too.
Hello, I'm Anthony Myatt. Thanks for calling. How can I help you?
I need life insurance, but it's so complicated.
It can be. As a Modern Woodman agent, I'm trained to design the best plan for you.
Great. Thanks a lot. I'm so glad I called you.
Call me anytime at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through MWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
744, 74 degrees at WCLU this morning. If you missed the Earn Dog show last night, you missed them talking about the big Freedom Warrior ride. I've got a piece of paper right over here. It's a big piece of paper. The Freedom Warriors Ride. It's the 9/11 Patriot Ride. To remember, it's coming up this Saturday, September the 8th. It's a free ride. All riders are welcome. You meet at the 9/11 Memorial Site down at the fire station. A very nice memorial there right next to the main station of the Glasgow Fire Department on Broadway. You'll sign in, and let's see, let me get it where I can read it here. It's sign up starts at 8 o'clock. Kickstand's up at 9:11. It's 150 miles of a ride. Stop for lunch at the Lure Lodge at Lake Cumberland State Park. There's a whole big bunch of sponsors, and Ernie Wagner, also known as Earn Dog. Here's a contact number if you want to get signed up for the ride at 404-3989. That's 404-3989, and this ride is coming up this Saturday.
The Weather Channel brings you the latest forecast. Sponsored by Southern States in Glasgow.
The home for Holland Grills in southern Kentucky is Southern States. For more than 30 years, Holland has been building America's greatest grill. The Holland Grill is easy to use and gives you moist, juicy, tender food each and every time you grill. Southern